You see, we are all the reflection of God. Every last one of us, everything in His creation is a reflection of Himself. He created us according to His glory. God's creation is more than what we look at it today. I want you to know it's His reflection. You see, God is the creator. He is spirit. God is spirit. And when He created Adam, He created man in the natural. But reflecting His glory, Adam was wrapped in the glory of God. And from that, there was a spiritual connection. You see, Adam walked with God. He spoke with God. He spent time with God in the garden. And Adam named everything. And God saw that Adam was alone where he was at. You see, the fellowship was being fulfilled between God and man. But God is spirit, and Adam was flesh and blood. And God saw that of Adam, he was the only one. He didn't have bone of his bone, and he didn't have flesh of his flesh, because he was only around animals. That's different bone structures. That's different flesh. There's fur and other type of. It wasn't human. It wasn't man. So God did something reflecting Him between God and man. You see, Adam submitted himself to God. You see, that was something spiritual. So what God created was to reflect Him. So He created woman. And what he did was he took a rib from Adam and created woman. And the amazing thing that Adam said was, "Here is bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh." Not only it came from his flesh, it was a human. And it reflected God, because not as Adam submitted to God in the natural, the woman submitted to him. You see, we was made to fellowship with the Father. And when God created also woman, it was to fellowship, to be a helpmate to the man. It was reflecting His glory. It started spiritual, and it started after that naturally. But it started spiritual, and it hit the natural. And that's something I want to talk to you on today, how things start spiritually and then manifest naturally. One of my favorite scriptures is how God, even in the New Testament, explained. He said to the man, "Man, you are the head. Just like Jesus is the head of the church, you are the head of your household." And when He created woman, He said, "Submit to your husband just like the church submits to God." You see, it was something spiritual that manifested in the natural between God in the church, God in the church, which is bride and bridegroom. I'm going to get more into that. And Jesus is supposed to be the bridegroom coming back for the church, right? And the bride is the church. So it's a relationship. So in reflection to that, man, head of household, woman, it's like, which is, the man is reflecting God and who he is. The woman is reflecting what the church is, and it's a relationship. That's why he said, man is the head of the household, just as Jesus is the head of the church. The comparison is parallel. Then it says, women, submit to your husbands like the church submits to God. It's parallel. And man and woman is the reflection of God and us as a whole. Between is spiritual manifesting in the natural. What I'm going to be talking about next after this, because I want you to understand, when God created us, he created us beautifully. On the next video, I'm going to talk about in the spirit realm how things are now manifested in the natural, which is corrupting the creation of God. We're going to talk about the spiritual aspects and how now it's manifesting in the natural. Just like it started with God and Adam, and then in the natural, Adam and Eve, reflecting his glory, reflecting who he is. We're going to see now the reason why this pattern is now shaky. This standard is now wasted, looked at as bad, looked at as horrible. We're going to get more into that in the next video. Stay tuned.